Hey guys, welcome to my messy desk. I wanted to share with you guys some projects that I've been working on since February 26th. I saw a YouTube video from a lady from the Lindy Stamp Gang. I do believe her YouTube name is Paperdrama, and she did an altered canvas, and I thought, hey, cool idea, I think I'll do that. I decided to use my grandparents for it because February 26th was this man's birthday. His name is Albert Helms, and he passed away 18 months ago. And I really miss him. So I decided that that was definitely, my grandparents would be the project that I used, or subject that I used for this project. I'm not really sure what to talk about now. Basically what I did was I took the canvas and I painted it with just acrylic paints, and I chose a neutral brown for him because it needed to be masculine. So I painted it brown, and then I covered it with my Mind's Eye Everyday Tango, a paper from them, and distressed it a bit around the edges. When I was adding the nameplate, or the plate that I was going to use for his name, which I haven't found anyone with really pretty handwriting yet, so the nameplate, which is right here, is still empty, but it will say William Albert Helms when it's complete. Took up so much of the page that it looked funny, so I added a piece of just plain brown cardstock. This piece right here, these pieces right here are I can't remember who made them, but they're pieces of chipboard that were very shiny, sparkly, glittery stuff, and I liked the shape of them, but knew that that color, that bright glitter, was just not my grandpa. So I covered it in embossing powder, and then I did, I want to say, 2 coats of embossing powder on this to make it that bronze color. Moving right along, I used the Tim Holtz, this is a Tim Holtz fragment over a piece of just green cardstock that I had distressed a little bit. This is a Tim Holtz timepiece with a Tim Holtz Game Spinners that have been cut down to look like clock hands. And then I just used glossy accents to glue them down, and now that the spinners don't move or anything like that, they just stay still. This piece right here, the key and the lock, are also Tim Holtz pieces. I chose the lock and key later, and when I get to my grandma's, I'll explain to you why I did that. But the clocks really, there's 2 symbolisms to it. I love the large clock because my grandpa was legally blind, and he had this humongous clock in his living room that he could barely see, but he was constantly checking the time because he felt like there was times that you ate and there was times that you exercised, and that to me was very funny of him to do. So I decided that he definitely had to have a big clock. I ended up adding one to my grandmother's also because it just seems like time is so fleeting when they're in their 80s, or you know, close to their 90s now, that you can't take anything for granted. And with especially with older people, you just really can't. All these little pieces right here, these are all Tim Holtz fragments. I bought them when they were on clearance at Michael's, and I thought, I'm never going to use these. I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I have no idea what I would use them for. And then this seemed to be the perfect project, because when I started gluing them down to the pictures, I thought, wow, look how much they magnify those little tiny itty bitty pictures. They really do magnify them, and they don't ruin anything of the picture. I know that you can't see them, but I would like to show you anyway. This is a picture of my grandfather when he was in the military. This picture of my grandpa with a baby of some sort. I think it was my cousin Gina. This one right here, I know that you can't see that really well, but This is what my grandpa did all the time. It didn't matter if he was young, he was old, he was whatever. This one happens to be an older picture, but it's of him out in the yard just sitting there talking to all the guys. That's what he did. This one right here is one of my favorites. It's him holding my niece. I do believe that's Kaya that he's holding. My niece Kaya. And it's a special picture. This is my grandpa and my mom when she was very young. This one is just a picture of a wash basin and a chair that I had taken a picture of a long time ago when it was laying out against his big fence, and I thought it was interesting looking, and I took a picture of it. We're going to skip over that one right now, but this is a picture of their entire family, my grandmother, my grandfather, my aunt, my mom, my 2 uncles, and I do believe that my Aunt Margie was missing from this picture. This was their 50th anniversary, but they were so happy in this picture that I used it on both of theirs. I used his quite large, and I used hers quite small. This is a love letter that he wrote to my grandmother when he was in the Army. I have scans of all that, and I used it. This picture right here is of him younger riding a bike. And this one is him in 2009 riding his 3-wheel bike. That one right there is a scan of his Army Reserve card. And that one right there is a scan of his business license. Which, you know, that's quite an accomplishment for my grandfather. This is my favorite picture in the entire world. That's my grandfather and my daughter hugging on the swing, and I'll always treasure that one. And then there's this picture, which is a picture that I took of an angel statue that is on his grave. Sorry. That is on his grave. And anyway, that is my grandfather's altered canvas. And I love you, Grandpa, and I miss you.